So unprepared. Hang on. Right, Twitch. Twitch, are you there? I can't see chat. 1 second, I need chat. Chat, where are you? Let's just get... What's all this? Let me get a new window over there. Twitch chat. Yes, I can see chat. Am I live? Yes, I'm live. Hello. I haven't got headphones on or anything. Please bear with me just 1 moment. Okay, right. So, yes, gone live in a little bit of a hurry. I'm probably too far away from my microphone because I haven't adjusted it yet. Let's see, YouTube. Yes, YouTube's live. So sorry, YouTube viewers, if you wonder what on earth is going on as I'm moving things around and everything. But I was just in another stream with Scoundrel on Twitch. If you don't watch him, you should. He's hilarious. If you like our kind of sense of humour, you will love Scoundrel. He's brilliant. And he's just about to pass over to me on Twitch. All right, let me just... No, live, here we go. Hello everybody. Hi, Oafs. Hello, Agus. Hello. Right. Okay. I think everything's okay. How's the audio? I didn't get a chance for. Hello, Scoundrel. I didn't get a chance to do a sound check or anything. Is everything okay? It's like, have you got visual? Have you got audio? Is it all all right? Good. Thank you very much. Right. I think now. The other thing I've not tested is I think I've managed to get Phoebus uploaded. So, thank you, Oafs. I went to Scoundrel's Discord and I got from there your marvellous thingy. And I extracted the Phoebus folders from there. And yeah, I think it's working. Anyway, I'm going to create a new world because... I'm not retiring the old fortress. We're going to come back to that when all of the stuff is all... like when the tools are working. I really like that embark that we've got in the other fortress, but now it doesn't feel like the time. It feels like it's just too... I need the tools. I need the tools to play a big fortress. So, yeah. So what we're going to do is play smaller, dangerous forts, things that won't last as long. So rather than going for a long-term fort, we'll go for a shorter-term fort. Yeah, medium. I'm going to go frequent for ores, though, because we don't know whether or not we're going to hit them in time. Oh, right. So... What's yeah, Overslot is most definitely MVP. Right, let's go get that calculating. Oh boy, I've just remembered the other thing I haven't done. I think I've got both sound sense and the sounds running, so we might get a little bit of... Oh dear, you struggling Scoundrel. How does that yoga ball work for you? That would be... Yeah, take care of your back indeed. Right, where are we? Year 95. I'm going to let it go through to... at least year 150, but maybe a bit further. Let's see how things go here. So the tile set's a little different to what I'm used to. I'm guessing we're looking at evil spreading here. These will be towers, I think. Elves I recognise. Dwarves I'm guessing. Can we see any humans on here? there's a lot going on over here. Better than kneeling or sitting cross-legged. I'm still experimenting since moving to the living room for streams. Ah, I see. Yeah, I kind of turned our living room into a game room. So, but that, you can do that when you're living with a bunch of gamers. Right, we're up to year 140. Oh no! And then it crashed. Oh, so this is definitely sound sense then. Alright, we'll try again. This time remembering to turn off the music so that we don't end up... Oh, it won't let me. Oh, I wonder if that's... wonder if we've got a problem. I'll tell you what then, I shall turn off sound sense just to be on the safe side. Right, let's try creating a new world and see if it works okay. Because I'm not sure, with me having partially downloaded Oath's pack, it could be that I have missed something. Yes, scoundrel, do you not get along with chairs? The only chair I feel right with is a strange short bench thing that is twice as old as yourself. For me, I like a good office chair personally. I might not let it run as long as we did before. We're getting up to year, although we're getting to year 150 pretty quick. Okay, let's just run with it there and see what happens. Okay, yes, we shall use that world as it exists. Big comfy desk chair with armrests. You're thinking of a standing desk? Thing is, I spend so much time gaming that if I had a standing desk, I'd end up with legs like tree trunks. Right, yes, we shall accept this world. Don't have a permanent place for your PC, so you have to improvise. Used to use the dining table, but the front room has better acoustics. That was something that, when I chose this apartment, when I moved into this apartment, I wanted to move somewhere that was like within walking distance of the office, so that if there was any problem with transport, I could... it wasn't going to stop me from getting home and streaming, and because I do a lot of multiplayer stuff, or I was doing a lot of multiplayer stuff. That's only region 1. Oh yes, because we want to start. Of course we do. Yeah, being late for a multiplayer stream or recording sessions, like, it isn't good. So I wanted to move close to the office, and we were looking at apartments, and we picked this one because it's set up really nice. It's good for, like, you know, for me and my other half and the lodger, and we've got like the kitchen's separate, and so you don't need the living room. It's that kind of sort of thing. So we could turn the living room into games and recording session. A studio type thing, but the acoustics are not very good. And we discovered that it's very close to a railway, which isn't much of a problem until we get the freight trains coming through, and then it gets all screechy in the background. And since moving in here, they changed the road systems that I'm now en route for the main road for the ambulances to get between the city centre and the hospital. So, or I'm off a side street of that, so it can get a bit noisy at times, but otherwise. Right, so what do we have in this world? It looks very pinky purple down here. What do we have? So what are these? I don't necessarily recognise all of these symbols, but I'm guessing that that's a tower. It's certainly surroundings are sinister, and looking at the local map, it's looking like it could be a tower. So is that also a tower? But in the wilderness. And so what are these pink bits of cloth? Moderate and calm. What's this thing down here then? Badlands. There's a tower bottom left. Oh, is it the thing that looks like, because I'm used to, I can actually read the ASCII maps much better. Is that a tower? The thing that looks like a little blue road, or is it that one? Oh no, there we go, capital I. Okay. So that's the tower. So it still looks like a capital I in this tile set. So what have we got? Surroundings are sinister. I probably would like somewhere with trees. That's got trees and it's pretty close. But we should also have a look and just see. And I want to make sure we've got no aquifer. Don't care about anything else as long as we've got no aquifers. Right, we've got everybody here. Yeah, there's some flat spots. Little soil. We've got some trees. Deep metals. So there's no shallow metals, but hey, don't mind. And embark next to it. Well, we're close enough. I mean, that is less than a day's travel. They'll come and find us soon enough, I'm sure. I'm gonna guess that if we set up there, we will have people wandering in within like the first year. Oh, you turned off aquifers. Did it? Oh, extract the file. No, I just took the Phoebus bits out because I wasn't sure what else you'd changed in there, and so I thought it was probably best just to extract Phoebus, at least for the moment. Shall we? Let's just have a little tinker with this. So that will give us. Oh yeah, that gives us an aquifer. Don't really want an aquifer. Shall we have a look at... No, I don't even want to do a search. I do want to go, I think, in this tile. Right, where was... We had some trees, but let's just increase the size of the thingy. We'll go for a 5x5, maybe. So I don't mind playing on a big tile, big map tile. Gives us more opportunities to find stuff and explore stuff. But somewhere, if I just whiz around a little bit, we should find some... That's mountain. Aha, okay, so woodland is over here. So we're not going to get... Oh, there's a light aquifer. No metals. Yeah, we've got deep metals there. Let's just pull down a little bit. Right, so there we've got woodland, light soil, deep metal, fluxstone. No metals there either. So if we go right up to the edge of the aquifer, that should give us... I'll tell you what, if we head over... Oh no, we can't. Look at that. So it's right on the very edge where there is anything. So if we take this tile here, we know that we've got to head onto this side to get anything. So the deep metal and the soil is all on the left-hand side of the map tile. So we're going to be looking to try and set up in the northwest corner, I think. I wonder what everything else is. I think so. The rest of it must just be random rock, I guess. dwarves can't do with hard rock only, need some heavy metal. Yeah, we can go there, or we can have a little browse and see if there's anywhere better. Like I said, I do want to go somewhere near the tower, somewhere where we're going to have a bit of fun. But I would like some trees. I mean, Sinister's got an aquifer there. Just have a little mooch around and see if it's aquifer all over. Looks like it might be. Until we get out of the area where there are no metals. Yeah, and I seriously want to stay away from aquifers. Even the light aquifer, the difficulties, the trouble with finding spots where that aquifer wasn't going to cause us trouble. And the way it kept on appearing and disappearing and stuff. Yeah, I didn't like that. Let's have a look. What's that? Why no search? Because we found a tower and I wanted to... Okay, let's do a search because we can always ask it for evil, can't we? Right, find desired location. And do it with a... increase the size. I'll go 6x6. I'm quite happy with that. Savagery. Go higher. Evil. Go higher. See what you can find. Elevation, don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Fluxstone layer. Yeah, find me one of those. That'd be light. So, no. River, don't care. Shallow metal. Yeah, be nice. But, well, okay. We'll say, yeah. Deep metal. Don't care. I don't know that we'll be digging deep. Soil and clay. Yeah, we're going to need a little bit of soil, I suppose. Yep, that will do. All right. Go tell me what you can find. It might be that I've set savagery and evil too much. Savagery, I suppose we're not too worried about. It's more the evil. We want to be somewhere near evil. So how's the new update? Hello, Domdoom. Welcome to the stream. It's kind of lovely, amazing, fantastic, frustrating, and all of those things. Yeah, it's not found us anywhere there, has it? Let's... Oh, no, it has. Okay. It's found us a couple of little places. Let's browse the results. Right, where's my cursor? There's my cursor. Terrifying. There's no trees around here. But what if we were to just shunt that over a little bit? So, yeah, I will admit that there's a couple of things that I'm finding a touch tough. The lack of DF hack. I really miss mouse controls. But we have got Dwarf Therapist now, and that's amazing. I didn't catch your response on if you would look over my Earthstrike team. Oh, sorry. Hang on, let me have a look. Oh, you have a nice custom embark. Oh. So I'd have a look at that. Not right on this stream, but I'd have a look at it and check it out for another. Yeah, wonderfully villainous indeed. So what does anybody know what the triangle is? Are we near anything interesting there? Just a mountain. Oh God, so much red. Yeah. I found a most amazing embark, and I was playing it, but it's an embark that is so well suited to a long fort, a big fort, something that we can play for ages. It's got limonite, it's got hematite, it's got deep metals as well that I haven't even got down to. But a big fort without the third-party tools, I'm finding I'm fighting the game. So I thought, no, let's do something that is going to kill us quickly, so I won't get to do a big fort. Yeah. How about here? Do we like here? Little soil, shallow metal, deep metal, flux stone. It's hot. It's untamed wilderness, but there's a lot of pink around there. It's right on the edge of terrifying. You like looking at things with zone sense and such too. Yeah, waiting for the Lazy Noob pack to be updated. I do miss Lazy Noob. Let's have a look. So that is Untamed Wilds. That's terrifying. Okay, so we're halfy. Half is terrifying, half is untamed. So that's not too bad. Gives us something, but what do we have here? No tower, unfortunately. And no elves. Yeah, maybe we should just go back to the tower and start looking around the tower again and just pick somewhere. Because I can't see anything there. So we had a tower over here, didn't we? I've lost it now. Thought it was somewhere over here. Try top right. There's another site up there. We could do. I mean, I don't mind looking as long as you guys don't mind looking. When you start getting bored, just let me know and we'll just go somewhere. All right, it was this spot up here, wasn't it? So who are the neighbours here? Still no tower though, and it kind of feels like, well, if I'm gonna just go for short battling forts where I'm gonna die quickly, should really do it with a tower, don't you think so? I think that's probably more important than getting a good place. So we were down here. There's the tower. And we just want somewhere around here, but let's have a look. Woodland and Sinister there, but that one's got an aquifer. So yeah, we're just trying to look. I think, was it here? Was it there? We just need to move a little bit away, I think, from the river. Well, I know it says calm, but we're so close to the tower that I think we'd be all right. I think we get some interesting stuff going on there. Let's just have a look. So, yeah, we do have to go as much as possible over to the west. But let's make the map a touch bigger. As long as we don't get an aquifer. Ah, damn it. I hate it when I press the wrong key. This is why I like mouse controls, actually, because I am terrible for making typos. All right, so we need to go as far over there as possible to get some wood. And we need to come down to get rid of the aquifer. But what's happened to the metals now? We had some metals before. Do we need to shrink the embark? That seems weird. Really like the half and half site since the river separated good and evil. Yeah, but there's no tower there. I did like the idea of that. It was quite interesting, wasn't it? But if we set up over there, we're not likely to see any of the new stuff. What do you reckon? Should we go for that one then? Where we've got the half and half. That was over where we had a little bunch of them all together. Let's see, it was over in this direction, wasn't it? Yeah, and it was down there in the mountains. There it is. So if we head over to the left, little soil, shallow metal, deep metal, and fluxstone layer, and we have a few trees. We've got untamed wilderness there, and we have terrifying there. I might need to just nudge it a little bit further to the left to give us more trees than that, I think. The guild stuff could appear quite quickly. Thralling clouds. In before thralling clouds. Yeah. Let me just try nudging it over maybe one more. Because we're going to have plenty of terrifying stuff, and that way we've got a little bit of... We should get just a few more trees over there then. Shall we do that? Does that look okay? Does everybody like the look of that? I kind of like the look of that. I just wish there was a tower nearby. But I think we'll go for it, shall we? Yep. Could expand it one more west? We could. I don't usually go larger than 6, but we could. So let's just, especially if I think that if the fortress isn't going to last too long. How does that do us? Yeah, we could go there, couldn't we? All right, Zero Dark 3012. Hello, welcome to the stream. All right, should we go there? That looks interesting. So we've kind of shunted it over in the good direction, and only got a little bit of bad in there. But usually bad is happy enough. Lots of things fly, lots of things swim. So I don't think that river is going to provide us with much in the way of protection or anything. I think we should be all right. Yeah. Only needs 1 row of horrifying to keep it 6 for PC specs. That's just what might be nice if you put a wall along the river. Could do. Yeah, let's just run with this. Let's see what happens. Let's embark. Yeah, I know it's a very large area. It's okay. We only hit lag when we've got lots and lots of people and lots of animals as well. So let's prepare for the journey. And who wants a dwarf? We've got 7 dwarfs. I'm happy to name any dwarf after anybody. So in the meantime, I am going to make somebody a miner. At least a competent miner. Maybe just an adequate miner. Just somebody who is going to get cracking on that fast. I am going to make somebody... Let's see. I want somebody who can do doctoring. Oh, there's the appraiser. Okay, you are going to be my appraiser. Only need adequate. That'll do for me. Let's see, what do you do? Miner, crossbow dwarf, woodcutter, axe dwarf, mason, gem cutter dwarf, carpenter. I don't usually put anywhere near as many points into my skills because they learn skills fast enough, but I like to have, there's a few skills that I find essential at the start. Like if you haven't got somebody who can do doctoring, and nobody turns up, that not a novice crutch walker. wound dresser. Yeah, just so that we've got those basic skills. So, like with the trader, just somebody who's got those basic skills. And the other one that I like is to make sure that we have somebody who is a really good tactician. And that's so that if we go raiding, we've got somebody who's really good at raiding. So we have our trader, our doctor, our tactician, and somebody who mines. Everybody else can be a peasant. Okay. Right. Who wants to be whom? Does anyone have a preference for doctor or so? Let's see. Who said? Tidy. You wanted to be a person. Do you have a preference on what kind of person you would like to be? You can ditch early anvil. Oh, I do that anyway. Yeah. Zero Dark 30 would like to be the doctor. The doctor is that one, so we shall customize you. So, let's see. Zero. Can I just call him Zero Dark? That's a good name for a half-evil biome, isn't it? The first one to die, please. Scoundrel. Scoundrel, what should we make you? Who should be our... I don't know, let's let chat decide. Who should be the... what does chat think? Should we make Scoundrel a trader, a tactician, or a peasant? Zero Dark. That is such a good point. Yeah, Zero Dark is Zero Dark. Who else? Usually bring 3 sheep. Do you know, I've been into llamas recently. Name them based on the jobs. I've got Dwarf Therapist. I don't need to. So, not anymore. Well, we can do this anyway when we get into the game. But Tidy, you want to be... I shall make you this person. I think this was our trader, actually. A Scoundrel will be a cunning tactician. That is a very good point. So, let's get Tidy in as our trader. And then the tactician, we shall make Scoundrel. Yes. All right. And then anybody else wants one, they're welcome to. I'll fix those when we get to the next one. Oh, right. I presume that our civilization is still alive, so I'm going to ditch the steel anvil. I'm going to ditch the cave wheat and the sweet pods and the rock nuts and the dimple cups. I'm going to keep the prepared donkey brain. I'm going to ditch the lobsters. We'll replace that with a different meat instead. Let's reduce the threads, reduce the cloth. I will keep 5 bags though. I'm going to keep 1 rope and make 1 traction bench. I'm going to ditch the quivers. I'm going to spoil myself and keep 1 bucket. We'll ditch all of those. We'll make those when we get there. Okay. So this time I'm not going to take any of the grazing animals. So we'll just take things that we can take underground with us. So this is a hot site, no freezing. True. Although we don't have an aquifer and we don't have a... Oh, of course we have a river. Oh, so I can do my usual thing with underground channels. And well, no, that will probably take... We probably won't survive that long. That's the whole purpose of... The whole idea behind this fortress is that we're going for a fortress where we're not likely to survive long. So I can't get involved in doing great big fortresses with hundreds of people. Because doing great big fortresses with hundreds of people without the tools to manage them, and that is the wrong way around, is a battle. And I want to battle the enemies, not battle the game. We shall have a couple of sows and a boar. And we shall have 6 peahens and 2 peacocks. Cat. Bring like 4 axemen and 3 crossbowmen and bring weapons and food. And just enable mining on them. If our goal is a short fort, then no food or water needed, hey? Well, kind of. Let's hope that it survives some length of time. Long enough for us to have an interesting goings-ons. But yeah, not. I'm not expecting it to last long enough for me to build a gigantic fort with all kinds of traps and levers and doors and U-bends leading to fancy water contraptions. And so I don't think we'll be getting into contraptions. I think it's a case of bunker down, build stuff, see how long we can survive before things kill us. Rather than, because usually when I build a fortress, it lasts for years. I usually aim for a very, very long fortress. All right, let's put in some Kia meat. We need a good story arch for an expedition. Steal weapons. Bring soldiers, roll deep. Right, few things that I'm still going to bring that I normally bring is at least the basics to cover us for all of the stuff that we might come across in an early strange mood. So we'll bring 3 silk cloth. We shall bring 3 sheep wool cloth. We've got pigtail cloth already. That's why I'm bringing that with us. We also want... You'll make it to dinner time at least, hopefully. Yeah, here's hoping. We want some leather. We want the cheaper leather. Wombat leather. Sounds like the kind of thing that would suit us. Right, we want 3 pieces of wombat leather. We want some cheap metal bars. We'll bring some copper. So 3 pieces of copper bars. We want some, let's see, powders. We want some gypsum plaster. I'm going to bring 5 bags of gypsum plaster, just in case. Green glass. Yeah. That was my next thing, actually. We want some green glass, because it's the cheapest of the glass. We'll bring 3 pieces of green glass, and then that way we can be sure of that. Right. What am I missing from things that people ask for? I think I've got it there. I presume we're going to get gems. I can't imagine we wouldn't get gems. We can always get those if in a rush. We should be able to get bones in a rush. We can get stone. So I think we can get everything else that we might get in a strange mood. Shells. Well, we can always send a fisher dwarf out and hope they pull some mussels. Little soap isn't bad either for medical treatment. I usually find start making soap relatively early, but don't know. You never know. Oh, I could take some wood. Now, since as we're going to be in a sparse tree place, that's probably not a bad idea. I usually just stock up whatever I'm not using on in wave points on food and drinks. But yes, because wood's pretty cheap, and if we bring enough to make sure that we've got a good bit for beds and stuff, just in case we're really short. How are we doing on points? We've still got 200 points. So I would like to up the number of battle axes that we're bringing. I think we'll have to leave it at 3. And we are going to need some more drinks than what we've got there. I would like some of all of the varieties. Just means that the dwarves don't get as fed up quite so quickly. We shall carry 21 of each. Get that spare barrel. Right, 52 points left. 3 axes, 3 axe dwarfs. We haven't got points to make sure that everybody can fight, unfortunately. Pull some muscles. Don't forget to bring some medical cream then. Buy more military skills. We can get training people pretty quickly. I think the first thing, I mean, even if they can fight, if we get attacked by something before we've got a wave of migrants in, I don't really think, even if we had some skills, I don't really think we'd do much. True, higher skills do train others faster. More seeds. I usually do, but not so sure this time. We could go for getting somebody. We could get at least one person with some axeman skills. Get somebody who's a bit of a fighter. So we want an axeman. So we'll go for competent and we'll give them some dodging skills. I think that will give us a helping hand. An armourer? They can train up in armouring. Especially if we put a guild in, they can be training. I mean, I don't even know if we'll get as far as collecting the metals. Woodcutter, well, they can learn that skill pretty quickly as well. On this guy, I think, to be honest, I think that's a waste of points that we can use on something else, because it's not like it's dreadfully important. Yeah. So we put it on the doctor just in case he has to amputate something. Right, we're still a little bit low on food and drink. Let's just get some cheap meat. We have 1 point left, which I'm going to throw into lump helmet spawn, I suppose. Okay. A couple of 1 skill point axes. Do I have 3 miners? Everybody will learn mining fast enough. So usually I would send 4 picks and 1 axe, but just have I always give somebody some skills in mining just so that there's somebody who mines fast. But the rest of them will soon pick up those skills. Let's go with this. Had some good suggestions from chat there. All right, we've arrived. Oh, we didn't name the place. Okay, never mind. What's our place called? Before winter entombs us, it's spring now. Enough time to secure lodgings ere the giant dingoes get hungry. A new chapter of dwarven history begins here at this place. Bardum Stuckadud. Fight machine. Oh, nice. Strike the earth. Fantastic. Okay. Not fantastic. I don't usually get a not responding right here. Now, I did, after I had downloaded Phoebus and all of that before, I did at least open an old fortress to make sure it worked. I wasn't quite so. Haha! And we're paused. And see if we can get a bit of background. It won't work for a while, not until something happens. I have taken out all of the annoying flute noises. Let's have a look and see what else we've got on the map. Others. There's a giant eagle corpse awaiting us. And I bet it can fly. Okay. In that case, we need dwarf therapist. Oh, how I have missed you, dwarf therapist. All right, let's connect you up. Let's make you fit on the page. I'm not sure about the black background, but we can live with it. Right, so the first thing I'm going to need to do is to sort out the dark version. It's not, I'm actually not that keen, to be honest, but that's because of my colour blindness. I need the contrast to be able, especially in something where you are changing colours in order to be able to, I can't tell whether or not, if has somebody or hasn't somebody got mining. I'm pretty sure that Tidy will have mining, but what I have to do is actually click it and see if there's something there or not. I can't see. I can't see whether or not there's anybody. I'm pretty sure there's a bit of shading there. But anyway, first of all, let's do this in order. So we're going to have to set up a militia commander. So that is going to be Scoundrel. Oh, Scoundrel is our expedition leader as well. Right, proficient tactician. So now that we have him, we should be able to... no, I don't want to set up a militia commander squad though. Ah, now we can set up a militia captain. Okay. So we want the militia captain to be the guy that we gave all of the axe skills to. So you are going to be... I think it might have been Rimtar. We can soon swap it if it's wrong. Right, military. So if we go down to the militia captain and create squad, we have no uniforms. The oily fishes. Right, Rimtar, you are not a wrestler. Well, yeah, maybe we should have... yeah, actually, that would probably be a better idea. Right, if we say metal armor, at least then it knows we're looking for axe dwarves. Yes, good. So we'll put him and we'll put the other peasants in here as well. Okay, so they will be the people who go and beat on people. Oh my god, I'm in charge. We're completely fucked. Congrats on being leader with you. Let's see. Is there somewhere we can dig in? There's actually there's more wood over here than I thought there'd be. How do things look over here? let's see what we've got on the ground over here. We have dense, dead, staring eyeballs. And a claystone boulder. Anything other than staring eyeballs? No, it looks like there's just an awful lot of eyeballs over here, apart from that pearl millet plant. There's no live staring eyeballs. It's a shame you can't harvest the eyeballs. I wonder whether when magic comes in, whether or not we'll be able to harvest eyeballs then. I can see how like eyeballs might be useful for something. At least they're dead. My first act is to kill the children to spare them. All right, I think probably our most sensible thing then is to dig down where we are so that we can just get things in storage very quickly. And then we can always dig over somewhere. So let's dig. We shall dig a downstairs. And we'll put that over here, right next to the cart. And right, so dwarf therapist. Where are you, dwarf therapist? You're down here somewhere. There you are. So Rimtar. Yes, so Rimtar's our militia captain. So I'm not going to give him a pick. He can't be. Now this is something. If you put somebody into the military, they can't use axes to chop wood. So actually giving wood cutting skills to an axe dwarf is not a useful thing. But they can mine. So let's... Rimtar's going to be on the surface. We'll get Scoundrel as one of our... How many? Oh, I only brought 3 picks, didn't I? Let's keep the fighters on the surface. We'll have our traders and the people who we put skills into. We'll get them underground first, I think. So the trader, we want the tactician underground. We want the miner underground. We'll get the doctor underground as soon as we can as well. Right, so you guys are doing that. For the meantime, I'm going to give the doctor wood cutting, so he'll go pick up an axe, so at least then he's got some... No, we won't, because... No, we have to. Yeah. Changing my mind on this. We've only got 3 axes. I need our people, our fighting people, to have those. Okay, well, we've got some people with some tools. Let's chop down some trees nearby. Oh, it's like, you know, while we're here. Where's my cursor? There it is. Okay. We'll get that tree. We'll get a couple more trees over here. So I think maybe if you don't assign him a military axe, he'll use his wood cutting axe in combat. They will cut with no active military duties or squad orders. Okay. Yeah, I haven't noticed that distinction. I had noticed that if you put someone in the military, that if you put your only woodcutter in the military, they no longer chop trees even if they're idle. But that might just be that they are otherwise busy. Right, we've dug down. So now let's do some up downstairs. We'll just get a couple of layers down. I would like to head in the direction of the mountains, I think. So we're low enough there to be able to dig under. And we just want, in the first instance, a nice big room for stockpile. So let's just dig that out. And then we can like move stuff somewhere else a little bit later on. Let's just put a little bit more room around this staircase so they're not tripping over each other to get there. So, yeah, they carry their military axe. Yeah, long-standing bug. Yeah, same with ammo training, hunting, war, no crossover. Yeah. Okay. I feel like I can't hear anything because I haven't got sound sense running. Because I'm used to being able to hear the combat noises or the animals or there's something somewheres. But I think as soon as we get something happening, that'll kick sound sense off. In fact, I should be able to go into sound sense and tell it to play me something. Sound configuration, pack update, achievements. No. Logs. Been a long time since I did it, but there is a place where I can click on it and just say, do it. Ah, yes, it's here. So if we go into here and go to seasons. And there we go. Okay, so now that I know sound sense is running, I know that I'll hear the messages that we get. All right. I'm tempted to bring the animals down straight away before they start running away from things. But I know a lot of people don't like sound sense, and I understand that. I get that. But I find it useful as a tool. And quite frankly, there is so much to this game. So many things for me to lose my focus. Oh, we have, of course we have. The water buffalo and the stray horse are going to have to stay upstairs. We'll probably butcher them as soon as possible. In fact, I might just butcher them before they start getting hungry. Right, night, scoundrel! And thanks to the stream earlier, it was quite fascinating. Oh, and I missed before, Scoundrel said, a society but run by me would be like a Cormac McCarthy story. If you're going to butcher, make sure you have a tanner shop, the ashery, the sober shop. Yeah, it's okay. I've been playing it for... Well, I've been playing it for years. Now, that said, that every single time I play, there is always something that I didn't know. Like tonight, the fact that Vein Miner is in vanilla, that was a complete revelation to me. That was something I didn't know. Right, how are we doing upstairs? I know we've got lots of idle people, but I think that might be kind of necessary. Okay, well, we can start off by getting a stockpile down here. We can at least start moving the food down here. We'll go for a food stockpile and we'll just tuck it in there. That'll start, because most of what we've brought, the quantity of what we've brought is barrels of stuff. Yeah, so that'll keep the idle people busy. Sounds like Sound Sense isn't going to automatically switch to the next track, which it usually does. Sometimes gets a bit confused when it shifts seasons when you've automatically started one. Oh, 10 seconds of silence. Yeah. Okay, I get you. Okay. Right, stockpile. We want an everything stockpile, so let's throw it in as animal to start with. And then we can change the settings on that. Don't need food. We do want to enable furniture. And we want to enable stone, but we want to block everything except for gypsum. Sure, ammo, coins, bars and blocks. We want to forbid those. Gems, yes. We want to enable gems, but we want to just bring in the rough glass. Finished goods, sure. Leather, cloth, weapons, armor, sheet. And then hopefully we'll sort out somewhere for our permanent stuff. Right, let's get the dwarves digging down a little bit further. And start getting some workshops in place. Okay. So we'll just dig a little bit of space around here. Just enough to get the workshops put up. You remember the game was a single Z level. Tossing it up for... Oh, yeah, as much for stream as for me. Indeed. And like I say, even stuff that I know that you'd think I'd know. There is always something that you don't know or haven't come across. Or that you thought you knew and then it turns out you didn't. It's one of the amazing things about the game, really, isn't it? Look over there, I forgot to mention the wood burner. And of course, if you're building a butcher, especially if you're building it inside, remember to put your refuse stockpile outside. And if you're putting an indoor refuse stockpile for things like bones and skins and stuff like that, make sure you got cats on it because it's going to attract the vermin. Yeah, make a bone stockpile. Yeah, put the bones, skulls, skins. I put skins there if I can't risk having the the tanner. If I want to minimise the risk, then I'll put skins downstairs. Right, let's build workshop carpenter. Let's start with the carpenter. Keep it one away from the wall just so people can walk past it. And we'll get you... Well, mudstone's really close, so you can make it out of that. But we're going to need to give somebody the carpentry job. So, one of the peasants can do that. Actually, that would be... We'll get 0 doing that, and then that way we've got a reason for you to be kept underground. So my most valuable dwarves, the dwarves with skills that I've invested in, I tend to try and keep them safe. Like, give them underground jobs. Oh yeah, you're a miner. What about you? Can I give you wood cutting? Yes. There we go. Yeah, try to give them underground jobs if I can. Doesn't run very fast on pause. You brought us a trader, so you'll need architecture to build the depot and a primary export, indeed, like cups. I've got into spiked wooden bowls recently. I do make cups as one of my first options, so that we've got some cups to drink out of. But cups and crafts actually are quite important if you want to keep your dwarves happy, because they it gives them something to own. Right, what am I looking for? We want to make sure that we've got some beds. So make 7 beds. 4, 5, 6, 7. And make me some wooden spiked balls. Cups, because you can encrust them and they still sell 12s, indeed. So we shouldn't need barrels straight away because we're not making any food straight away, so I'll get some balls knocked out now. We need to build a mason. We'll have the mason there. Mudstone will do. So how goes the fort? 5 in the morning for you. Wow. So not quite keeping up. So you are... Oh, was it... So Algis, is it you that's in Ukraine? I remember somebody talking about being in Ukraine. Thinking, so 5 in the morning is 2 hours ahead of me, 1 hour ahead of Central Europe. Oh, and of course we need to give somebody the job of... Oh, Lithuania. Nice. I've got a friend from Lithuania. I think it's Lithuania. This is where I show my ignorance now. Riga? Is Riga in Lithuania? Right, Mason. Let's give somebody the job. Oh, Diana, you're in Ukraine. Wow, cool. I often get people from sort of Eastern Europe and around that area in chat. And do you know what's really nice, actually, is in chat when we get people who are from countries that are enemies with each other, like Russia and Ukraine, or are antagonistic to each other, like America and Russia. And it's like everyone just puts whatever their governments are up to one side and just gets on in chat. I kind of really like that. Ah, Latvia is Riga. Ah, she's Latvian then, not Lithuanian. 10 p.m. where you are. So that will be in America somewhere, I'm guessing. I'm thinking, like my in-laws are in Louisiana, and they are 5 hours behind. So that would. Oh no, that you're. So you must be on the other coast then, California way, or maybe you're up in Canada. Mountain time, is it? I need a mason. Right, who are we going to get to do some masonry? Not the fighter. I want you on the surface. But we can get one of the peasants who. Yeah, who isn't doing anything otherwise. So you can get involved in masonry. Now, is the stockpile full or have they brought everything? They've brought everything. Got a little bit of wood stashed up there, but we can now get rid of the wagon. Who's that there? Are you just hanging around? Okay. Just a little bit worried wasn't moving. I had a feeling he might be dead. Oops, wrong way. Down, down, down. Right, let's build a crafts dwarf. Not a weapon rack. Workshop, crafts dwarf. And we shall tuck that into here. Mudstone will do. Right, and then we want to go to the mason's workshop, and the first thing we want to make is a rock hatch cover, so that at least we can stop things from wandering in that are not building destroyers. Oh, Florida. Okay. So yeah, so am I getting my sums wrong? No. Oh no, because it's 3 a.m. here. So yeah. So that would be 5 hours. So I was right, wasn't I? Very pleasant stream, too bad about the silly hours. I think I will attempt reasonableness and sleep for a couple of them. Well, do have a good sleep, and we'll see you again sometime. Crafts dwarfing. Someone needs to be a crafts dwarf. Right, let's find another peasant. Who's not doing anything? You're not doing anything. You can go do stone crafting. So we shall. And the first thing we'll start making is indeed mugs. Right, have we got that hatch cover? We have. So now I want to start making some doors because we're definitely going to be wanting doors. We'll do that, and we're going to want blocks. Yeah, we'll just start making the blocks. Yeah, good night, Alvius. Right, how are things going on here? So now we can build that hatch cover. So it just gives us, you know, that bare minimum of protection. So if something wanders on that could kill us, if it could get its hand on us, but it's not a building destroyer, then at least we can get underground. Okay. So now in the Crafts Dwarf workshop, we can start making some mugs, because that will give us happy dwarfs. Rock mug. Right. And now we need to be digging out a lot more stuff. So I would actually like to widen the staircase a little bit. We'll do a... From about this level, I think I'm happy with. Do an up-down staircase. And from here, I'll just do a 2x2 staircase. We'll drop it down to there. And then we'll start digging out some space down here so we can stick some rooms off it. Oops. Yeah, didn't mean to do that. From there to there. Let's just make sure I didn't do all that on multiple levels. No, I didn't. It was a single typo, not a multiple typo. All right. So let's put... I would like to get a dining room going as soon as we possibly can. Don't worry about farms and things later, but at least for now, I would just like to get somewhere where people can congregate. And yeah, we kind of need like a common room, really, don't we? Yeah, let's do that. So we'll bring this up here. So how Cupo makes fancy rooms in this with like these controls, I don't know. But it's playing without mouse controls has given me a feeling for how easy it would be to do something a bit nicer than square forts. I think I'll have a renewed enthusiasm for doing things a bit prettier because it'll be easy enough to. He cheats. Right, do we need any more workshops right at the moment? You know what I'm going to regret doing, actually, is I'm going to have wished that I had just put a little sideways maneuver right here. So if we do this, this will make us quite a bit safer. And then we'll dig downstairs there. And then dig an upstairs here. And then I'm going to move that. What's that P? What are you? A stray peahen. Why are you not downstairs? Oh, probably because I've overloaded the animal area. Yeah, you can spread out a little bit now. So let's... let's just give them a little bit more room. All right, that should kind of settle them down a little bit more. Now, it does mean that they'll all go and run back up to the cart upstairs. But all right, have we got everybody? Yes, we have. Hey, what is this battery farm you're making here? It's temporary. We will get them proper homes. Yeah, but they're a bit squashed in at the moment, which is why some of them are running away. Okay, I would like it if you were to make me another hatch cover and then more rock blocks. And down here, have you finished making... right, they're just all on with it, that's fine. Where's my downstairs gone? Dig me a downstairs. Was I distracted by the peacock? I probably was. Dig me a downstairs there. Okay, I might need to move the dogs as well. They don't seem to be very happy in that tiny little area that they've got. Yes, so dog, dog and dog. You can move down there too. Right, now let's go to... Actually, not the wagon. What we want to do is I'm going to move that hatch cover. So we'll remove that construction there. Did it pick that up? I'm not sure it did. Let's query it and see. Oh, it's an X to remove building. Okay. Yeah, and then we'll build a hatch cover. We just need them to remove that one. Do we have blocks yet? Build me construction a floor. Oh yeah, well we can make it out of anything, can't we? Want to build a floor there as soon as they've moved that hatch cover. So what I'm doing here, what I'm looking to do is by giving us a little bit of a corridor, we can just put a gate in there which will protect us from the building destroyers while we get set up and get our military at least a little bit effective. Right, now we can put a floor in. I suppose this would be more important if we were right next to a tower or something, but you know, it's... Let's have a look at what we've got. Giant roaches. I think I'm less worried about giant roaches. Right, we've got that hatch now, so now I can put that hatch cover there. Is there any reason why this hasn't been dug out yet? Not door. Dig. Have I got you digging downstairs? Hang on, what's everybody up to? We don't have any idlers, so... oh yeah, probably just people digging downstairs. Fine. Oh, and dwarf therapist. The reason why I like dwarf therapists so much is, yeah, the labour management is good, but you know, the DF hack version of the labour management is good as well. But it's particularly for things like the happiness, the equipment, the fact that I can have a look and see at a glance what everybody's wearing. So, for example, these particular dwarves are wearing mittens. Now that's not terribly usual. Usually they'll have a cat. In fact, they're all wearing more than they usually wear. I wonder if that's because we have got a terrifying biome. Yeah. So usually when your dwarves arrive, you'll get the cap, the dress, the robe, the trousers, the gloves, the socks and the shoes. Mittens and hoods are not terribly usual. Yeah. We can have a look and see what it is that, at a glance, that they are or are not happy with. So I use these two columns an awful lot. I very often I filter people by happiness so I can see who is least happy, and then I can take them off the duties of like hauling corpses and dealing with the refuse, that sort of stuff. Okay. Diana's going to sleep too? Yes, because I'm going to guess it's around about the same time for you too, isn't it? Have a very nice sleep, and hopefully I'll see you again soon as well. So, yes, good night. Right, can we please have a dwarf to come and why have we got a hatch cover there? Has someone just dropped it there? You haven't built it there, have you? You weren't supposed to build it there. Okay, yeah, the miners are busy. We'll let them do their thing. The lighthouse is too loud. What, has it got like a foghorn or something? Does it sort of sound a siren? So I'm guessing you're near the sea. It's a part of the world I haven't been to. The furthest east that I've been in our neck of the woods is Poland. I worked in Warsaw for a little while, and I worked in Shanghai for a little while, but I haven't done the middle bit. I haven't done anywhere between that. I haven't sort of been Russia, Ukraine, anywhere around the Baltics. I haven't done any of that. A giant siren's the wrong word, isn't it? Hang on a second. Let's get some beds down here. We can get some beds. Then people won't sleep outdoors. And I've got a feeling that sleeping outdoors might be a bad thing. More than just the fact that they really don't like sleeping on the grass. Okay, so there's a bed for everybody. Look at that, dwarves. I'm actually taking care of you for once. So my last fortress, which we will come back to. As soon as we've got DF hack, we'll go back to the old fortress because it is such a mineral-rich fortress. It's a fantastic place, but it means it's a big fort. It's a huge fort with a huge population, and it's really, really difficult to manage that without DF hack. So we'll go back to it. And we'll go back to it as soon as we've got DF hack. But in the meantime, let's get some people some bedrooms. We'll convince them that each of these beds is their own personal bedroom. Now, I would like the mason to make me some tables and chairs. That will be an important thing. So at least one table and at least one chair, but it'd be good if you could do at least two of each. Hello, Joker. Any word when DF hack will be done? I did notice that somebody had done I think it was on Reddit I saw this, but it might have been the forums. Someone looked at previously how long had it taken DF hack to come out with an update after a big update. And it was, I think it was 15 days after, 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 15 It was either, I think it was the 2014, the 0.42 update came out. I think it was then. It took them 15 days. So that'd be like, about 2 or 3 weeks. So hopefully, it depends, I suppose, on just how big a deal it is. Right, let's make a step ladder, because we should really gather some plants while we can. So I'm going to... Actually, what I'm going to do is put a zone in. We've got a good few trees up here. Should we just have a look and see what the trees are first? Date palm. Willow. Custard apple. Custard apple sounds nice. Custards and dates and macadamias. That sounds like a thing. Alright, dwarfs. So over here... that's your little gathering area. And seriously, why is that hatch cover there? Did I accidentally tell them? No, it's just on the floor. Oh, I'm sure they'll get round to it. Right, going to... not there, but to here. Right, what else do we need in a bit of a hurry? So we've got some mugs to get us started. Right, nest boxes. Let's get the nest boxes made. We want 6 nest boxes. Okay, we do have the beds set up, so I can designate all of the rest of them now as bedrooms. We got tables yet? No, not yet. Oh, what's that? Just curious. Not kennels. Slate. Okay. Right, we've got 2 idlers. Why? Oh. Got a problem. We not get in or out? We can, can't we? So if we go over here, we've got an up-down stairway there. The mudstone hatch cover is just going to be moved. That's a cavern floor. That's a cavern floor. That's an upward staircase. Oh, right. That's a hatch there. Oh, yeah, that's right, because we had 2 hatch covers. Right, yeah, it's fine. I'm just confusing myself. Right, let's build a butcher. I don't usually put the butcher in with the workshops, but I think in this case, it's not like the butcher is gonna... In fact, let's Yeah. Let's do that. We'll put a Tanner next to it. So, Tanner? Mudstone will do. And you for butcher. Did I not build a butcher? Did I make a typo? I did. Damn it. Okay. Build, workshop, butcher. Yeah, got it right this time. Out of mudstone will do us fine. Indeed. It's a good job I've got you guys keeping an eye on me. Because there's a big difference between knowing that what I want is a butcher and actually pressing the right keys. The other thing is then remembering that we actually need somebody to be a butcher and a tanner. So let's have a look at who's doing nothing. Nobody's doing anything. All right, we'll make our doctor a butcher. I think that makes sense. So butchering and tanning. There you go, Zero Doc. You can be the butcher or tanner. So it's not like we will have an awful lot of butchering and tanning to do at the start, but it'll just mean that we don't need to worry about that horse and water buffalo, because I really don't see them surviving very long. Right, we still don't have a table. Come on, people, what are you doing? Miners, you can be doing something far more useful than just standing around. We definitely need more rooms for more things, so let's not build a door, designate a dig. And not up there. Designate. A dig. We'll bring that out there. We'll put a room here. Now, mudstone. Mudstone is a rock, not a soil, isn't it? Let's have a quick check on the wiki. So, mudstone. Yes, it's a rock. So we're going to have to go mooching to find some soil, because we can't actually grow our plump helmets here. What was that? I don't like building so close to the surface. But then the trees are sparse. Oh, layer has iron in it. True. Yeah, we might find hematite here. So we have chopped down at least one tree, so there is the likelihood that there's one or two holes, because I think we've chopped down a couple of things around here. But let's get the farms dug out. It's going to have to be at this, this layer, because below that we hit rock straight away. So be it. Dig. Yeah, I'm bad enough at making typos as it is. But because because you have to use the keyboard so much more without mouse controls, I tend to be in the wrong menu more often as well. So even when I'm not making typos, I'm not in the right place to make the right typo. Or the wrong typo. I'm in the wrong place doing the right thing, as opposed to being in the right place doing the wrong thing, which was what went on with the workshops. Did that make sense? Okay, so my goal for spring is always to get the beds in place, to get all of our stuff brought in. Is this Phoebus? Yes. Sorta. I'm not entirely sure exactly how Phoebus it is. So Ocelot, that you'll have seen around the place, has created a pack for Scoundrel, which includes Phoebus, but I noticed that on Scoundrel Stream it looked different. So I think what I've done is to take that pack and just extract the graphics, because I was doing it in a little bit of a rush. And that seemed to be the easiest way to just quickly take advantage of the fact that it was there and it was ready. So the pack I was using before was CLA, which is more towards ASCII, less towards full-on graphics. And yeah, I can understand why people like it, but yeah, I shall fall back on my excuse of the fact that I am a bit colourblind. Can make things a bit difficult for me when I'm looking at lots and lots of colours on the screen, because I can't always tell what different things are. Say, I've found that I can get used to playing with ASCII, but I'm just slower and I'm more likely to make a mistake. What type of colourblind? Do you know, this is where I forget the proper, there's a technical term for it, which I keep on forgetting. I am tonally colourblind. So I can see all of the colours. I just can't see all of the shades of the colours. So I can't tell. Let's see. I can see that that's green, and I can see that that's blue. And I can see that that's blue. I can see that that blue is probably a different shade of blue to this blue. And I can see that that is a number 7, which is a light blue on a dark blue, which is quite difficult for me. Blues and greens, I struggle telling apart. So, especially when you get into the middle colours, like turquoises and cyans and things, they all just look blue to me. I can't tell. Everything is blue until it's very green. And I only found out that was the case after, because I thought I'd met an amazing number of people. Hello, Shrimp Summer. I'd met people who I thought were absolutely amazing with their colour detection. When I was at college, I did a part-time job as working as a car mechanic. Did 3 actually. Paid my way through college working as a car mechanic, and like when we were doing bodywork on cars, you would get people who would turn up and they'd have the colour chips, because if you're doing a repair on bodywork on a car, if it's an older car, the paint's going to have faded, so you couldn't just order the paint that the car was originally painted in. You'd need to match the paint up. So the paint people would come down and they'd bring the colour chips and they'd hold one up against it. And I'd look at usually about maybe a group of 5 or 6 paint chips held against the car, and they all looked absolutely identical to me. Whoever it was who was holding those paint chips would look at the paint chips and say, well, it's that one. And then I'd go, oh, I don't know, yeah, I'll take your word for it. And then like one of the mechanics would come out and they'd look at it, and the two of them would and ah over whether it was the slightly darker one or the slightly lighter one. I'm looking at it thinking, they all look absolutely identical. I cannot see the difference at all between those 6. And I thought it was just that they had so much experience at looking at paint and looking at colours of things that they trained their eyes to see all of these different shades. And I was quite amazed by it. And I worked a lot with, over the years, with different car mechanics, looking at lots of shades of paints. And I just thought it was experience. And it wasn't until years later, I was playing a game of, I want to say it was Age of Empires. And we were doing multiplayer Age of Empires where we were in teams. It was at a LAN party. And I think it was teams of 2 versus 2. And I was the person who I was collaborating with had said to me, you go after the light blue and the, what was it? You go after green or something. You go after green, light green. I'll go after dark green or something. And it was like, yeah, all right. So I watched a bunch of enemies run past me because that was not the colour I was supposed to be going for. And he said, what are you doing? You were supposed to attack them. And I was like, no, you said go for green. They're blue. And he's like, they're not blue, they're green, you fool. And that was when I realised that it was like, what, really? But no, but really? But no, but really? And he's like, no, they're green. I was like, they look so blue to me. And that's when I had my my colour blindness tested. Because like when you do colour blindness at school, all they do is they look to see if, can you look at a set of dots, can you see that the number 3 is in those dots? But it doesn't test whether you can see shades of colour, it's just whether you can see the main colours. Like they're just looking to see if you've got a serious problem. So yeah, for me, I just can't differentiate between those shades. But I can see a strong blue versus a strong green. I have problems in the reds and yellows and oranges as well. Oranges, I can see a bright orange. Whether something is orange or red, or whether something is orange or yellow, whether a yellow is a yellow or a green as well, whether those transitional colours. For blue and green, I can't see the transition at all. So it's either it's blue or it's green. There is nothing in the middle. For yellows and greens, I can sort of see that weird one that falls in the middle, and I can see an orange. I can see purple. But otherwise, can't see. There's only 5 shades of grey in my world, not 50. Mudstone. Let's get still going. Does anybody else in chat suffer from any kind of colour blindness? Because I know the red-green colour blindness is much more common in guys, whereas the type of colour blindness that I've got is fairly equally spread, I believe. Or if women are colourblind, they're more likely to have the type of colour blindness that I've got. Would you say you hold a very black and white view of the world? Indeed. Do you sometimes feel like it's all just the same? I say, for the longest time, I was absolutely convinced that other people were special. And that it wasn't that there was something unusual about me. It was just that all of the people that I'd met who could do all of this amazing colour detection, it was that they were special. Right, we need to set up a farmer. Who shall we set up as a farmer? Do we think Scoundrel will make a good farmer? Let's put him to work in the fields. Look at that, he sat there having a beer. We've got a whole bunch of idle people, and I set an area to be plant gathered from and then didn't tell anyone to go get plants. So let's do that then. So we want to send out, who's our axeman? Oh, that's Rimtar, isn't it? Yeah, he's the militia captain, so he's the one who can fight a little bit. let's get you out doing a little bit of plant gathering would be a good idea. You know, it'd be pretty funny if colour detection was a BS ability, kind of like wine connoisseurs. No, sir, it's quite obvious. Quite obviously a hint of turquoise. Yeah, I'm like that. You know, you go into like the DIY shops and there's just all these walls of paint with like the burnt umbers and the sunset boulevards and it's exactly the same when you're painting cars as well. A number of different shades and they all have the fancy names just like you do in a DIY shop. And I can't tell you that so many of them are just lined up next to each other that look absolutely identical, but they have a different name. Yeah, and so I was quite amused to find out that after many, many years of thinking it was just a weird thing to do to have all of these identical things that had different names. And then to find out that actually they are all different. It's just I didn't know it. Okay, plump helmets. In spring, in summer, pigtails. In autumn, plump helmet. No. Pigtails. And plump helmets. We haven't got enough seeds for these things, but it'll do. A, B, pigtails, C, pigtails, D, plump helmets. A. And then at the still... Oh, do you know what we can do? We can set up a work order. And I think I've gotten rid of that awful, awful noise. Oh no, we actually need some plants to be able to brew it. Yeah, that awful, awful native flute noise, I think I've managed to remove. A lot of the distinctions are pretty subtle for most people, and there are some people who are hypersensitive to colour differences. Yeah, I thought I was normal and everybody else was hypersensitive or was amazing at it, because really you don't get much of an opportunity to talk to people about the colours that they see. It's not a common thing to discuss, really. Let's get some tables and chairs down. We should have them built by now. Well, I've been gabbing. I did have a funny moment in the office where I had written a report. And so to give you a bit of context on this, it was a report that I'd written, but I'd written it in the name of the finance director. And it was a report about changes that we were going to be making to, it was an accounting document. And so we were presenting the report with track changes. Now, when you present to the board of directors, you don't put track changes in a document. But because this one was to say, this is how it used to look and this is how it's going to look, do you like how this will be presented to you when we get to the final one? I'd written the report explaining that the attachment had track changes and that the words that had a purple strike through represented the version from the previous year, something like that. My finance director came up to it. He said, yeah, happy with that, like the way it's presented. He said, but just one thing, you know here where you say it's a purple strike through? He says, well, it kind of looks orange to me. And I was like, I don't get purple and orange mixed up. So I said to him, well, it looks purple to me. And he says, are you sure? I said, kinda. And he said, well, you know, I'm colourblind, so what would I... He says, I'm colourblind, so I'll take your word for it. And then I said, well, actually, funny enough, I'm kind of colourblind as well, so, like, maybe we're the wrong two people to be having this discussion. And so I called over one of my team and said, this is a guy called Phil. I said, Phil, come and have a look at this, and we need your advice. He came over and he was like, what? And it was like, what colour's that word there? And he looked at it and he says, why, what colour do you think? Because he knows we're both colourblind. He's like, why, what colour do you think it is? And the director says, I think it's orange. And I said, I think it's purple. And he laughed at both of us. He says, it's brown, you fools. So, yeah. It can be it can have its amusing times. There's been the odd time where I have wished that I could see colour properly. Or see colour the way that to the extent that other people can. I'd love to be good at art. But it gives me great excuses. It's like, it's not that I am unskilled in a thing, it's that I'm colourblind. It's not that I can't pay the attention to detail to, it's not that I'm not watching what I'm doing when I'm playing ASCII. Playing in ASCII, it's because I'm colourblind. I think that's absolute bollocks, to be truthful. But it's a great excuse. All right, what do we most need next? I would like some more tables and chairs. Let's have a table. Let's have another table. Then, oops. Yeah, just cancelled the table because I went to add a chair. Add chair. And now let's get some more blocks. It's always good to have a selection of blocks at hand. But when you dig through and find that you've accidentally dug through to something that you probably didn't want to at this point. Right, we've got 4 idle people and still nobody is building the butcher. Let's see who's idle and get those people doing it. Rimtar, why are you not plant gathering? Shurast shall make you butcher. Where's butchering gone? It's usually down here. There it is. Alright. Go do butchering and tanning. Get those workshops built. I think they are waiting to be built. Yeah, they are. We should also build a depot. We'll have that outside. We'll make it out of a bunch of logs. And we need to give some people the job of architecture. Generally, I make everybody an architect. So you now have 2 dwarves butchering and tanning. Yeah, but I think that's because one of my butcher tanner dwarves are busy farming or something else. So if they haven't got around to it for this long, then they're not going to get around to it in the near future. So don't mind. I'd rather they had 2 jobs to do than were idle. Okay, we've got the tables in. So let's, not reports, Q. Dining room. Let's use that one in the corner there. Okay, we want to make a dining room. We want to make the dining room this big. Tell you what, we'll take it as far as the door. That big. Look how big and beautiful your dining room is. It's an amazing dining room. It's also your meeting hall. Okay. Stop hanging around outside. Stop sleeping outside. That's really dangerous. Just like come inside when you've got nothing better to do. Q. Add. Alright, once you got through those, I would like to start adding some more beds. Because we're going to need them. We're going to get migrants coming at some point soon. Ah, summer. Okay, right, we have goals for summer. So in summer, the things that I want to make sure we have. We want to make sure that our farms are set up. Done that. Got the dining room, the depot. We've started making trade goods. That's good. We've got that. Peacocks, yes, we want to make sure that our peacocks have got their room. We've started making barrels, yes, and defences. We need to start thinking about some defences. Well, I think defences are relatively easy if we put a bridge here. Well, easy to start with. I think we'll do. We need some kind of walling off system upstairs so that we can still use the upstairs. I was actually planning on doing a dig into the side of the side of the mountain type thing, but there you go. Just didn't come to that. Right, we want that to go that way. And we'll make that out of mudstone blocks. We'll put the lever for that down here because this is where we will mostly have people. Traps, lever. Don't have mechanisms. Yes, that's the next workshop I needed to build. Build me workshop mechanic. Just thinking about, was it Tidy? I think it was you who pointed out that I built the wrong workshop. I was playing Skyrim for our longest while. At least a year. I think I was playing Skyrim once a week, streaming Skyrim once a week for about a year. Item blocking site. What's blocking your site? Mudstone bridge. Probably because they're running across. No, probably because I've built it on top of the stairs. Hang on a second. Remove that. Build a bridge. Here. Make it retract that way. Raise that way. Mudstone blocks. That'll do the trick. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, playing Skyrim. Oh, the fun that we had playing Skyrim. It was hilarious. Hello, Potato. Can't stay long as you got work soon, but I want to say hi and I hope you have a good stream session. Thank you very much. I was just about to tell people about the key on the wall incident when we were playing Skyrim, and chat told me, I was looking around, I was like, where's the key for this place? Yeah, I found a locked door and I couldn't tell whether it was, I don't know, maybe my first stream, maybe my second stream playing Skyrim. I hadn't yet worked out which doors were real and which doors were not real. Really, why has nobody built the butcher? I've got 2 dwarves who can do butchering. And I'm sure I've got idle dwarves. Anyway, somebody in chat very helpfully said the key's on the wall. And, well, with stream delay and all that, I was like, oh, somebody saw where the key was. Where was the key? And so I went, I mean, the wall is... There's a lot of wall in Skyrim, especially when you're inside a dungeon. And everybody in chat kept saying, it's there. And then everyone had shouted all at once as well. And after searching the walls for ages, somebody let on that chat was actually pulling my leg. There was no key on the wall. And it was, chat was trolling me. Oh yeah, and then that time when any time now that there actually is a key on the wall. This is a moment, how many years ago was this, Potato? I bet it was must be 2 years ago or something. And people, it is still a thing when there genuinely is a key on the wall. It is a thing. Right, we have an idle person who is a butcher and is a tanner, but isn't building anything. Let's just make sure he is actually, yeah. What's wrong? Why are you not building that butcher? I tell you what, we'll try removing it. And then we'll try building it again, just in case. Build me a workshop, a butcher. Out of mudstone blocks. We really need to get it built quite urgently because the animals that I want to slaughter are starting to starve. In fact, I might even need to get them moved upstairs to make sure they don't starve before we butcher them. So, pen pasture, and we'll move them. Yes, you and you. Just so at least you don't starve while we're trying to build a butcher shop. Okay, that looked like we had some more tables and chairs. So let's build a table. And another table. And a chair. Okay, we're short one chair. How's Mia doing? He's been offline for a long time. The first Skyrim stream was about 3 years ago. Yeah. And it was right at the start, because that was when I couldn't tell whether it was real doors or fake doors. I hadn't quite got to, before I'd really worked out what things properly looked like. I mean, some doors are very obviously just textures, but some of them are not quite so obvious. Or real fake doors. Yeah. Mia has been working on university. Had 2 university assignment deadlines all at the same time. So he was a bit overworked. He had a lot on, but I think he's doing a lot better now. So his university work's calmed down a fair amount. Now I'm thinking, I've got my kitchens up here. This is where we're going to be getting a lot of the food. But I don't want to dig out up here more than I have to. Maybe then we'll put the peacocks on this level. Let's dig a little bit of a corridor. Put it down here. We can have the peacock rooms coming off a corridor here. Ooh, I know what we can do. We can bring it down like that. This will look quite nice. And wrong place. Need to move it over one. So there. And then we can have a bit of space for the peacock, for the pigs, actually. Right next to it. It's a shame that is an even number. It's going to make the door too wide then. Wishing well for you. Anyway, must flee the stream now. Get ready for work. So have a lovely stream and don't get your dwarves killed or something overly silly. Thanks, Potato. Have a good day. Good day? Good night. Oh, it must be on night shift. Evening shift. Yeah, Potato's in mountain time. So Potato is... Let's see, 5, 6, 7 hours behind, I think. Yeah, serious deaths only. Well, I have a philosophy when it comes to things like deaths and stuff in games. It's fine, just so long as if you die or fail or crash, I mean crash if like you're driving something, it's fine as long as it was spectacular and you caught it on camera and shared it with everybody. I think that's what makes for good times. Put a little bit of space behind that still. Now that gate is also not being built. Okay, I understand that one because our mason has been kept quite busy. So I get why that job's been not being done. Aha! At last, the butchers. Okay, so animals. If you can please butcher the water buffalo and butcher the horse. That would seem to be the most sensible use of those animals, rather than waiting for them to be eaten by something else. Right, we're going to need a refuse stockpile, so let's put the refuse stockpile out here somewhere. Let's drop it over here. But particularly the refuse that we want is specifically for not skulls, not bones, shells, teeth, horns or hooves, hair or wool. Then fresh rawhide, I think we'll bring that in as well. So we'll forbid... No, not forbid. We'll enable. There we go. Fresh rawhide. And meat. No, I'm totally in the wrong place. I wanted to do everything but. Right. Permit item types, except for meat, fish, raw fish, seeds, fresh rawhide, meat is never refuse. Don't even know why these are in here. When is logs and eggs, doors? When is doors refuse? And beds? Well, do you know I'd never paid the slightest bit of attention to that before? Okay, mechanics workshops, they're not building the mechanics workshops because I haven't told anyone to be a mechanic. So let's fix that. Right, we've got 3 idle people at the bottom. Any of you people can go be a mechanic. Okay, and this room is for the pigs. So that's a pen pasture. And we'll put the sows and the boar in there. start making a little bit more sense out of where things are. I think that'd be a good... little bit of sense never went amiss. Yes, so we've got the field set up. Happy with that. Happy that we've got enough dining room to keep us going just for the moment. We've got the depot. They've got enough goblets to drink out of, and they've got some trade goods to sell. Peacocks we are working on. We've set up some barrels, so that's okay. Defences, yeah, I think we're on target for summer. For a summer in a risky place anyway. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3. We're going to need a door. And now let's get some peacocks over there. Wonder when the first shipment of goblinite will come. Indeed. I mean, that said, we've been playing for 2 hours so far, and I'm still only just entered into summer. I'm surprised that giant eagle corpse just wandered off the map. I was expecting that to hit us straight away. Because don't all of the undead hate the living? They're automatically aggressive towards the living. I thought was the case. I've never seen it any differently anyway. Been not terribly long, but say a few months since I played a... Actually, I can't remember when I last played a terrifying biome, because the last time I played an evil biome, it was haunted. I was having a lot of fun with haunted biomes for a while. So I can't remember how things behave in a terrifying biome, because it's the haunted biomes that I remember things about. Okay, right, and then for our other set of peacocks, go into this room. Animal pen. That's you, and the second of the male peacocks. Okay. How are things looking up here? I haven't seen anyone up here gathering any plants. Who are the... Okay, those people are sleeping. What are you doing? Hunting small animals? Why are you hunting small animals? Ah, do you know what? That might be an error. It might be that actually he's butchering. Because the dwarf therapist is still in its early test phases. So bugs were to be expected. So maybe it's that. Oh, and Does anybody else see... Oh, I wanted to see what this is. Do you see the way there's like a chicken leg over there? I was just curious. What's that chicken leg? Oh, it's a lungfish. Yeah, so there's a few things that are a bit different about this version of Phoebus compared to the last version of Phoebus that I used. Like, the lungfish actually look like fish, whereas that looks like a chicken leg. And the dwarves had more detail to them, whereas these kind of look like jelly babies. But other than sort of a few minor things like that miner looks very like the miner in Phoebus. It's the peasants, I think, who look a bit more bland. But I do like this. I'm quite happy with this tile pack. Oops, wrong thing. Alright, so we want to Q before you add A. I keep on going, I look at a workshop and I press A to add a thing. Okay, make rock mechanisms. Make me a bunch. Hello, Kvatch. How are you? Alright, so we are in a half. I can't remember what this side of the biome is like. The other half of the biome is terrifying. How's the fort? Yeah, well, we just got into summer, summer year 1. So we're still alive, which is good. You'd expect no less, I suppose, at this point. Although as we arrived, before we'd even picked up the first pick, we did have a giant eagle corpse. That was here when we arrived, but it appeared to just wander off the map. So it didn't come and attack us. I was quite happy about that. We're not very well defended. We've got a hole in the ground, which... I mean... Oh no, we've got a bridge now. So we can start to do some defending thing. Yeah, consider it. Maybe it didn't notice us. I guess so. I guess it just wandered off. It must have been over in the evil half of the map and wandered off in that direction. So we're not anywhere near a tower, unfortunately. It was like we had a look around the map at the start and we were looking at some places next to a tower. But yeah, we were looking for somewhere that was highly savage and highly evil, ideally near a tower. But we found this place where good and evil was separated by a river. So over that side of the river we have fields of dead eyeballs. This side of the river we have some sparse trees. You know, I haven't even had a scout around to see what's around here. Have a look and see what's on the top. I haven't looked to see whether there is... Who's that? Who are you? Why are you wandering around? Zero Dark, what are you doing? No job, so you thought you would wander to the far edges of the map. Any particular reason? I mean, I bet you're coming back in because you're hungry. I get that. But really? I mean, that really is the very edge of the map. I have a sneaky suspicion that he was up to no good. He was trying to do something he didn't want other people seeing. I don't know, like, you know, naughty things. Maybe he was kind of pleasuring himself behind a tree. And he didn't want people to see, so he went up onto a level where he knew people weren't going to keep an eye on him. He went as far away from the fortress as he could possibly get without actually walking into eyeballs. Dwarves going on a sad wander. What is this, Rimworld? Indeed. He's gone calling for eagles. Yeah, I mean, he's one of our first 7. Am I right in thinking that... I've heard this as a rumour, but I don't know whether or not it's true. When your first 7 dwarfs, although they may become corrupted, they certainly don't start corrupted. That is just a mountain of eyeballs. I wonder what the weather's like over here, whether it's any different to the weather that we get over our side of the river, and what's in the side of this hill. Firelight? What about that? Claystone. The hills have eyes. When it rains, it cries. It's unalive with the sound of music. Oh, dear me. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, it was terrible in the most brilliant of ways. Right, but really, idle dwarves? Not AQ. Mason's workshop. So what did I need the mason to be working on next? There's something that was bugging me. I was thinking, oh, need to make that thing. Oh yeah, I need another table. I want to get a traction bench built because got 1 rope. And I want to get a traction bench made with that 1 rope before we start buying fancy ropes to make, you know, things like wells and prison cells and stuff out of. Let's see. So let's make a whole bunch more blocks for now. We'll keep these people busy. And now carpenter. Yeah, carpenter's got plenty to be getting on with. Crafts dwarf. Right, make me some crafts so that people have got some things to pick up and be happy about. Actually, we've got a couple of skulls, so I tell you what, before you make some crafts, make some totems. Should have 2 skulls. Then make some bone bolts. Should be able to make 2 batches of those. We can probably make more than 2 batches, but then make, I think we get horn from the yak, so we'll have some yarn crafts, and then make some rock crafts. Yeah. So the dwarves do like to pick up. Don't want an artisan. Oh gosh, that's the word I'm tripping over. Artisan. Oh no, you don't want a posh traction bent for fancy injuries. If I thought that the dwarves would look at it, I would bring them the fanciest rope for their traction benches. But I have a feeling that when they're injured, they're not paying attention to the traction benches. So yeah, it feels like a waste of good rope. And dwarves don't like waste. Not that kind of waste, I'm sure. Why is nobody taking refuse inside? There's refuse down there, I can see it. Refuse is not being brought upstairs. We will fix that eventually. For now, I've got 4 dwarves who are doing nothing. Right, dwarves. We need you to be doing something. A hospital wouldn't be a bad idea. Now, question. Do we think we'll live long enough to make it worth building an indoor trade depot? Or do we leave the trade depot inside? Or do we build walls upstairs rather than bring in tunnels downstairs? I'm really not sure. We've got a variety of options here. But I've just noticed the time. I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. I'm enjoying this fortress actually, but I think it's now 4:30 in the morning. You can see where this is going, can't you? I think it's probably about time that I wrapped up. And that way I can have a look at what my dwarves are doing, have a look at the layout of the fort. That's what we should have a look at. Have a quick look and see. So traders in the entryway are excellent cannon fodder when stuff attacks. Yeah, absolutely. Although, of course, the problem with that, well, at least in a fort that you expect to be around for a while, is that every time a trader is killed, your trade caravan gets smaller. So if you started off like your dwarves turn up and they had 4 wagons and 2 yaks, a mule and a camel. If the camel's killed, they won't bring as much stuff the following year because there'll be 1 camel down. It's always the same caravan that comes. And eventually you'll end up with like just one old guy and a donkey stumbling in, carrying as much as he possibly can. I would like to see, let's just have a quick look around. What have we got on? We've got giant roaches. We could start building some cage traps actually, probably a good idea. And start catching some things. But where are the giant roaches? Oh, they're flying. Okay. That's nice. Giant roaches and a drake, I think it was. Could have duck for dinner. The only 2 things that are dead are the animals that we slaughtered, which was just to save us from, like, you know, having to keep them fed. Things are looking okay at the moment, so we are about midsummer of the first year. I just need to keep the dwarves busy and keep focused on what I'm doing because I can tend to sort of drift off a little bit. But we're coming along all right, I think. So, yeah, I think I'm going to call the stream to an end tonight. I will probably stream some more tomorrow afternoon. So, you know, around about 12 hours from now. That sort of thing. Should we raid somebody? Is there anybody in particular? There is one of my friends is streaming, but he's playing PUBG. We probably don't want to look at PUBG, do we? We could. There's someone called D. Connor K. He's got 1 viewer. We could go and gate crash his party. Do we want to go and visit D. Connor K? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? We'll say raid. I am actually logged in on my actual PC. I don't have to try and do it on the laptop. Let's have a look. Twitch. There we are. So if we go get... I'll say /raid D Connor, it was with a double N, wasn't it? D Connor K. Oh, right, yeah, let's go and give him a surprise. See what he does. So thank you for watching, everybody, and I shall see you soon. Bye for now.